Um, One of the challenges in reporting on Trump, Peter, is, as you know, uh, it's very difficult to tell fact from fiction in his orbit. And I wonder how you dealt with that. We know how you dealt with that in your daily reporting, which was great during the as it was happening. But I'm curious how you guys dealt with that in writing the book. I mean, that's a difficult thing about writing, because when we wrote our book, like, our view of the case was when we went to talk to Trump, we were not looking for him to confirm anything or tell truth about anything, because we didn't think he was a reliable narrator, even about things he was involved with. So I kind of wonder how you dealt with this dynamic.
Yeah, no, I think that's exactly right, Jake. You put your finger on it. He is not a reliable fact witness, right? He's not a reliable fact witness. So we went, our friends at the Washington Post even came out with a number, and they came out with a number 30,000 times during his presidency that he said something was false, misleading, or what have you. 30,000 times. It takes a lot of work to say 30,000 untrue statements. But you're right. So we went and saw him twice in Mar-a-Lago for the book. We can discuss why we think he talked to us or not.
So discuss that. Why do you think he talked to you?
Well, it's funny. I don't think he thought this was going to be a book that was be favorable to him, but I think he thinks two things. One, I think he thinks he can charm everybody, and he can eventually win over everybody if he just.
And he is charming one-on-one. He's solicitous.
Yeah,
let's call it that.
I take strong issue with that. We can talk about that.
We can talk about that. And two, I think he just likes to talk, and everybody wanted to come talk to him. He was more than happy to talk. He was right after he lost the election, even though he doesn't admit that. He wanted to talk to people and try to shape their books to the extent that he could. Fair enough. That's what we asked for. We want people to talk to us. But you're right. We did not rely on anything he said as a factual statement. We went for his mentality, for what he was thinking, what his mindset was.
And even that's difficult to figure whether he actually
difficult
said
because he'll shade them later. But at the same time, he's also very transparent. He's also willing to say things that no other politician would ever say in terms of what his thinking was. Like, basically, he admits outright that he was trying to politicize the Justice Department. He wouldn't call it that. But he would say, I want the Justice Department to punish my enemies and protect my friends. I mean, he was very open in some ways. That is helpful, because you don't have to pretend that there was some other more altruistic motivation when there really wasn't. But even our interviews, just to give one example, I mean, he told so many things that were not true. The very first thing he said at our second interview was directly contradictory to the very first thing he said at our first interview, right? So the first interview we asked him, it was about the vaccine. It had just come out. Why are you going to do a public service announcement trying to encourage your fans to take this vaccine? They're the ones who are most concerned about it, and they may trust you if you think they should take it. This should be one of his biggest accomplishments, this vaccine, right? It made a huge difference in America. And he said, yeah, I'm definitely going to do it. They've asked me to do that. The Biden administration asked you? Yeah, the Biden administration asked me to do it. Okay, all right. We go back 7 months later for our second interview, no PSA. We said, sir, how come you didn't do that public service announcement you said you were going to do about COVID? Oh, nobody ever asked me to do that. Well, sir, you did. Well, who told you that? Well, you told us that. And this is the problem anytime you interview Trump, because is he lying the first time? Is he lying the second time? Does he forget the second time what he said the first time? It's hard to know. And this debate has been going on for years. Is he know he's lying, or does he just live in some reality where he convinces himself that what he's saying is true even though it's not? Even his cabinet secretaries didn't agree on that one.